Hi, everyone. Oh, God. Congrats. This is your 10th broadcast. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you so much. Hi, you guys. Hey, Gabby. Hey, Maddie. This is what I do all the time. When people come on, I'm like, hi. Hi, Tony from Iowa. Hi, Bethany. If I did that. Is that annoying? Do you like my shirt? Tits. Loud and Swain represent. Yo, guys, what's up? Is that too much? It's too much, right? Let's not be crazy. Let's be real. Let's be real. You know what sucks about this is that if I turn it this way, then I can't read what you're saying. Why? I said, what if I went this way? Are you guys just fuck off, Briana? All right, here. Hi, you guys. You know what? I realized I have not done a Facebook Live in so long, and that is redonkulous. So I just thought things needed to change. I know some of you guys are at NashCon right now. Super FOMO over here. Mage FOMO. I'm going to do this for those of you like myself who are not at NashCon, because you know what? Cons are expensive. I love going to them. I'm grateful for those of you that do come to meet me, but you know what? We are here for those of you who don't go to cons as well. We're here for everybody. So I will try to answer some questions. Kim and I have been doing this for a little while now, a couple of months maybe, just going back and forth asking each other things. I just had this moment where I wish I had some coffee, but I don't, because you know why? I was going to make coffee and then I realized we don't have any cream. I'm the kind of person that I like black coffee sometimes, but when I want a coffee, I want some fucking cream in it or some butter. Just put some fat in my coffee. I don't care. Put a fucking donut in there. I don't care. I have some water though. And I have a snack. Apple chips. You guys know me. I always have food around me. What am I, a heathen? Girls gotta eat. Okay. So, Kim's last question was, I think it was, what would you tell your future self? What advice would your future self give your current self? And she always asks these questions that are a bit of a brain fuck. So, also, I'm teaching myself a lesson at the same time. I think my future self would say, watch your daughter grow more. We're in a really lucky situation right now because my husband and I are home most of the time. My job right now, the hardest part of my job is the conventions. And they're not hard. I just mean I go out of town for 4 days at a time. And when I am home, I'm sometimes can be semi-present because of social media. That's part of my job too. I take that very seriously. We have a campaign going on right now, which I'll talk about in a bit. I also do a lot of voice work in the city. I go to classes. I go to the gym. I keep myself quite busy. Otherwise, I will go local. And so, but point being, when I'm home, I'm trying to be more present. And what's easy about that is that my daughter is hysterical. She is so funny. Like this morning, at lunchtime, my husband had made lunch, made a chicken salad. And she wanted some tomatoes. She's addicted to tomatoes, but she'll eat too many of them and then her tummy will hurt. So she's like, can I have another tomato? And I said, she went to grab another tomato. And I was like, you need to eat a couple bites of your salad first. And she went, she was literally gesticulating, what the fuck, to me. And My husband and I were laughing so hard because while we try to teach her manners, we also try to teach her to be her own self. And we try to encourage her to have her own thoughts. When she eats food, we ask her, what did you like about that? What kind of tastes did it have? When we talk about toys, we're like, what was your favorite part about playing with that toy or playing with that person? Or what was your favorite part of the day? Anyway, she's 2, so maybe we could tone it down a bit, but we have the time because we're both home a lot. And so we want to give her that time. But I am trying to be more present at home and watch how hilarious she is. Because I don't think that we're going to have another baby. So I really want to, and I didn't love her infancy. I really struggled in lots of ways, and I've been pretty open about that. So I really want to enjoy as she grows up, and I don't want to begrudge any of it. I know sometimes parents can be sad when they watch their kids get older, and that can I literally texted Kim. I'm like, what was your last ask? And she's telling me now, too late, hot stuff. I know that we can sometimes get sad and think that, we're trying to get them to slow down, but I think that growing old is a blessing. And I think that I feel lucky to be able to watch Valentina grow old. And I need to be more grateful for that I get to be home to watch her do all these funny things. And so I think my future self would say to my present self, enjoy this more, because you can. Because even in 6 months from now, you don't know how busy you're going to be. But right now, you have time and energy to allot to your daughter and her upbringing. So do it. That's my answer to that. I think Kim's was fairly similar. God, you guys, it's been a long time since before Vegas. Ooh, remember Vegas? You know what they don't remind you of enough in Vegas? That it's a fucking desert. Pardon me. So I came home and was done. I mean, mind you, I had a few Kool-Aids in Vegas, don't get me wrong. But I was so dehydrated. I mean, and I don't sleep well. That's another thing I'm very open about, is I'm an insomniac, and it's no better in hotels. And I was so dehydrated that it took me almost a whole week to get back to being able to sleep properly, not feeling like ill. I felt like ill. That also just comes with the territory of growing older. It's a theme today. Vegas was awesome, Christina. You know what? I have not been to a con that was that much fun in a long time. And I'm the person that I am the shenanigator. I am the one that's like, you are not going to sleep. We are having fun. And it's because when I'm at home, this is my life. I'm at home with my husband and child, basically 24/7, unless I'm working or hanging out with another girlfriend, which I don't do enough of, but we're home all the time. Last night we were in bed at 9:45 and we looked at each other and we're like, are we just going to go to sleep now? We are lame. So when I'm out at the conventions, I know I don't have to get up with my daughter at 6 a.m. and be super present to this hurricane that comes into our bedroom. So I'll have some pops and I'll stay up late. Faux show. So I'm forced everybody to go out in Vegas. Nobody was complaining. They'll all pretend they're complaining, but they weren't. These chips are good. Apple chips. Okay, let's take some questions. What you got? Hello, Brazil. Your song in Vegas was amazing. Oh my God, thank you. You know what? It's so funny. That was by a band, a local Vancouver band called No Sinner. And I've been in love with this band forever. And of course, Loud and Swain had not heard of them. I shouldn't say of course. They didn't know them because they're a local band. I pitched a couple of their songs to them. And when Rob was like, hey, what do you want to sing in Vegas? Do you want to sing something new or old? And I said, it's totally up to you. I'm pretty chill about that stuff. I know those guys are busy. I don't want to force them to learn a new song for me. And then Rob was like, well, Billy thinks you should sing Rise Up. And I was like, oh my God, really? I was so stoked immediately. But that song is so pertinent right now. I actually, every time I rehearsed it, would burst out crying. And I'm not a big crier. So I was really nervous because I didn't think I was going to be able to get through it. At Vegas Con. But I did. Because I was not singing it for me. I was singing it for you. And I think it's an important time to hear music like that and hear people say things like that more. Yeah. We can do it. We will rise up and persist. Where'd you get your outfit for Sunday Special? Nordstrom's. That dress I tried on at Nordstrom's before Christmas and I loved it, but it was too much money. I'm fucking cheap. And it had a little yellow highlighter on it. And I asked the sales lady, I'm like, what does this mean? She's like, oh, it's going to go on sale after Boxing Day. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this back then. And I went back the day after Boxing Day. And sure as shit, it was the last dress there in my size. I love it so much. And thank you for saying that you loved it as well. 250 comments so far. Thanks, Facebook. You're like my personal assistant. Are you going to sing it at Purcon? Purcon? Purgatory. Is that what you're talking about? Do we sing there? I don't know. I've never been to Purcon. Is that what you're talking about? Purcon. Am I high? I'm not. Trust me. If I can, I will. What are you most grateful for in life? Big sigh. I was thinking about that this morning. I was actually thinking how grateful I am. Life right now, for me, is pretty great. I feel like I am achieving goals that I never dreamt I would be able to achieve. I feel like the people I love and idolized and were mentors for me, I feel like they're proud of me, which is a strangely, incredibly warm feeling. I am so grateful for my partner and my child. I don't know. I have not had this conversation with many people on the circuit, but as an actress, as a struggling actress, when you are in your late 20s, you start to look at your life and your bills and your career and think, when the fuck am I going to have a kid? Like, I'm supposed to have a kid at some point. How? You'll be out of the industry for so long. When you're working in the theater industry, you're making, $800 a week, maybe working 6 days a week. It's a hard, stressful, very fruitful life. But I was just thinking, I don't know when or how this is going to happen. I was up for a big role in Spamalot. I don't know if some of you know that musical, Lady of the Lake. And I found out that I didn't get it. And I was really sad. But then I said to my husband, I'm like, okay, well, now we know that I'm going to be free for a year. So maybe we should think about that baby. And then we were like, okay, this summer, let's enjoy the summer. And then after Christmas, we'll start thinking about, it was the summer when we were talking about it. After Christmas, we'll start talking about starting to try to have a baby. I swear to God, 5 minutes later, I got pregnant. With the help of some tequila. So wear a condom. I'm just kidding. She's a blessing. So my point being is that I'm very grateful that that happened the way it did. Because if I had to have made the conscious choice, I don't know when it would have happened. Also, my husband, who I think is like a little Buddha, anything he says happens, often happens. Anything he wants to happen often happens. He says that he thinks babies are good luck. So that would prove to be true in our life, because since Valentina came, everything's been gangbusters, minus the 43 hours of labor, emergency C-section, and 18 months of postpartum depression. But since then it's been great. How do you feel knowing that you were going to act in Supernatural? I didn't know anything about it. I talk about this at the cons. I was 6 months pregnant at the time. I had been working in television for about 8 months and was just like, I just need to bank all the fucking money I can so I can buy a crib. I got to buy a stroller. Baby shit's expensive. All I was trying to do was work. And because I was new, when I was on Supernatural, it was kind of, it was actually, even though it was a really small role, for me, it was a bigger role. So, because I had 5 or 6 scenes or something. Usually I had just been shooting 1 or 2 scenes in shows that I was booked for. So I was just trying not to fuck up, honestly. And Jensen is so funny. He will talk about with me that first day he met me. Because, he's very aware. And he could tell that I had no idea who he was, and I didn't. And thank God. Because I would have been intimidated. But I was just nervous about screwing up. Technically, I knew my lines, I knew my character, I knew these guys were super hot, but I didn't know who they were, and I didn't know about the Supernatural fandom and all that. Jensen kind of filled me in on that a little bit in my second episode. Can you believe I've only been in 3 episodes? You guys, I was supposed to be in this season, and the episode got shifted. So I don't know that I'm going to be in this season. Wah, wah. That's a super bummer. But anyway, I still have you guys, and that's the best part of Supernatural. Hi, Rachel. My girlfriend Rachel's watching. She's the best. She's just the best. My eyebrows are on point. You can thank Lingering by MAC for that. And some badass makeup skills, that's for sure. What do I find intimidating now? Everything. I'm not invincible. I still get nervous as all hell at Saturday Night Special. I still get nervous at meet and greets. I just try not to let them own me. I own them. My emotions are mine, and I am allowed to experience them any way I want to. I just choose to experience life alongside them instead of letting one take over. Yeah, I get nervous all the time. What's so funny is I ran into a woman at a casting session who I had worked with on a TV show called Cedar Cove years ago. I think it was one of my first or second TV gigs ever. And she's such a nice woman and has worked in the industry forever. And she was so funny. She was like, when you came on set that day, I was like, who is this? Because you were so confident. And then she said, I realized that was because I was envious. Because I didn't have that confidence when I was starting out. And I said, what's funny is that I wasn't confident at all. I was just foolish. And I had no shame. I had nothing to fucking lose. So all I was doing was showing up and being myself and trying not to fuck up. It is easy for me to be myself. And part of that is because of you guys. I was just saying to my husband a couple minutes ago, I was like, I feel like I am becoming more myself these days than I have ever been. Now, in my 30s. In my 20s, I was so worried about what people thought, even if I didn't show it. And I was constantly being told who I should and shouldn't be. So I feel like I wasn't experiencing myself to my fullest. And I'm pretty fun. So it's life's pretty fun right now. Ups and downs for sure. But I feel like I'm going to knock on wood as I say this. But I feel like I got it all a bit. I do. I'm pretty happy. Not perfect. Perfectly imperfect. What's my middle name? I want to tell you, but I have a lot of being weird about this. Okay, my middle name is Heather Lara. I have 2 middle names. There. Heather Lara. You are very sweet. I'm glad you guys all like my nose ring. Thanks. It's new. Hi, Kirsten. Hi, Germany. What else you guys got? It's Friday today. I'm going out for dinner. I'm taking my husband and my girl out for dinner. And then Jose and I are going to come home and we're going to have a crib tournament because we're senior citizens. But we are like, we're going to want to watch Saturday Night Live tomorrow because we do that every Saturday night. I have class. I have acting class on Sundays. And then it's the fucking Oscars. So I'm like, we can't watch TV every night. We're bad for that because we love watching TV. Yes, this is Gustav Klimt, The Kiss. Sexy. How does it feel knowing you're an inspiration to so many people? Well, that's a loaded question. I'm blushing just saying that out loud. It feels amazing if you think that. To me, it feels amazing to think I could be an inspiration to one person. Because I feel like all I'm consciously doing to inspire people is going, it's okay to be yourself and to be imperfect. And to be lost. And to fuck up every once in a while. It's actually better. Favorite SNL character? Like actor or character? There's so many good characters. My favorite SNL character of all time is Chris Farley's character who lives in the van down by the river. I love Chris Farley, and I actually cried when he died because he was one of my comedy idols, and when I was in high school, it was like one of my goals to be in a movie with him. So that sucks. My favorite color. I wear a lot of black and white. I do. I try to get away from it, but I do. I don't even know. It depends. Like, what are we talking? Lipstick color, eyeshadow, t-shirt. I like this blue. Loud and Swain. God. Do you guys want to know something funny? Look at how big my boobs look. My daughter, she's very aware. And so when I'm wearing a new lipstick, she'll go, I like your lipstick, Mama. Or if I have my hair done, she'll go, I like your hair, Mama. It's beautiful. Which I think is adorable. And then one day I was getting her PJs on and I was down at her level and she looked at me and she went, I like your breasts, Mama. Because we taught her how to say breasts instead of boobs. I said, well, thank you, Valentina. And she grabbed them and she said, they're so big. We laughed so hard because, I mean, how do you tell her not to say those things? I was just like, thank you. Oh, she's just the best, you guys. How did you first meet Richard? First met Richard, we're talking about Spate, right? I don't know if you are, but I will. Rich and I met at the, what convention was it? Pasadena. Like a while ago. I've been doing these conventions for I think a year and a half. Does that sound right? Not that long, actually. Kim introduced me. He was very funny immediately. I was like, oh, you've met your match, son. And he has. And he knows he has. And then, I don't know, I think he came to town to direct a show. He was directing an episode right after I was shooting Flush. And then we went out for drinks a couple times. I don't know, we're just so, Rich and I are so cut from the same cloth. And we just communicate in such similar ways. We have a levity about our personalities. We just clicked really instantly. He and Kim, well, and Rob and Ruth. Rich is like one of my, like, I talk to him every day. He and Kim I talk to every day. Hey Nikita, what's up? Yeah, everybody, like, I will literally text, but I'm a texter. Like, I don't think anybody is quite as in contact as I am. And I used to be like, oh my God, are they annoyed by how much I text it? Like, I'll text anybody. I love texting people. And you know what? I don't care. Look, you're going to get some love from me. Deal with it. The only time they get annoyed is when I'm like, why haven't you answered me back? And I only do that to a select few because I know everybody's really busy. Okay, so I know I need to ask Kim something. So I want to know something trite again. I like these easy answers because I know Kim's a busy gal too. And I know I could ask her anything and her answer will somehow have us all weeping. I want to know if you were stuck on a desert island, what you would demand to have with you. And I don't want to hear shit like my photo album or letters of love. I want to know like under eye makeup. I want to know like tweezers. Oh, I just asked a question that I really won't be able to answer. Fuck. I think, you know what? Straight up, lip gloss. I mean, you're on a desert island. Let's be real. You just heard me bitch about Vegas. A desert island? Fuck it. But I also have like a bit of an addiction to lip gloss. Like if I don't have lip gloss or lip balm in an arm's reach, I genuinely get like a tiny bit panicky. These are like little weird things about me. Okay, here's a couple other weird things about me. I love gum. I love gum. I love it. Not ashamed. I always have gum with me, usually 2 different flavors. It's really hard for me to get out of bed in the morning unless the coffee's percolating. That's pretty standard human function, though. I have to wear slippers right out of the shower. I don't like the feeling of my wet feet on the floor. Or even my clean feet on the floor, even if they're dry. Just like looking around my house going, what else do you need to know about me? That's weird. Guys, I don't know. There's lots of stuff. Okay, Kim, what's some fun stuff about you? How's that for a fucking general ass question? Start with the desert island bit and then just go on to like weird shit about you that you realize that you need. Also, you know what I think about all the time when I see people on Survivor? 2 things. I'm going to preface this with this is going to be maybe a TMI moment, but deal with it. I think if I was on Survivor, you guys would see the hairiest motherfucker you've ever seen. I take care of this. I take care of it. Also, I would have roots. My eyebrows would not look like this. And I would have hair everywhere. Which would be shocking for everyone involved. It would be long. Let's be real. Do you guys ever think about how smelly those fuckers are in Survivor? Also, I think, what do the women do when they get UTIs? It's inevitable. They never bathe. How can you not? Does your body just figure it out? God, man, oh man, I could get a UTI just fucking looking at a wet bathing suit. I made myself laugh with that one. Oh, I'm the best. Okay. Body spray, like the scented kind or like the tan spray. Eaten by the bugs, I know. I know. Hair removal, man. It is a part-time job. Full-time job. Okay. I don't even know how long I've been on here, but I feel like it's been a really long time. It's been at least half an hour because that's when Kim texted me. So, I want to say I love you guys. I want to say, if those of you are at the convention, I want you to keep having fun. Say hi to everyone for me. And I want you to have a good weekend. I want you to continue to use your powers for good. You are a very powerful bunch. The campaign. So you've seen that we're doing a new Wayward as Fuck campaign right now. We're so happy that you guys love to buy and wear and represent this movement that I would like to say Kim and I started, but really you guys started it. We just named it. Listen, if you cannot buy the t-shirts, if you cannot take part in the purchase of things that, we are selling as, partial proceeds to this charity, don't sweat it. Honestly, don't sweat it. That's not what this is about. We have said over and over again, this movement is about embracing what is wayward about you. Like I said, taking those powers, that confidence, and helping out somebody else that maybe not as confident. Lending a hand. I read a quote the other day, something like, I'll post it maybe. It's something like, your successes will never be dampened by celebrating someone else's. So you know what? Celebrate how wonderful other people are. It doesn't make you less wonderful. But in terms of the sales of our t-shirts and things, we're so grateful that you guys are helping us with New Leash on Life, which is an amazing charity that Kim really found. And I'm so happy I was introduced to them. But there are other ways to support that charity, and there are other ways to support the movement. I could name you a million, but I know that you can find a bunch of them. So find them, be proud of yourself for finding it, and continue to tweet about it. Well, we're reading all of the, even if I don't like or retweet all of those tweets, I see all of them. All of them. I don't have that many followers. I see everything you tweet at me. Okay? Anyway, I want to thank you guys for that campaign, and the I'm gonna get the support that you guys continue to show each other is incredible. And I'm so grateful to be involved and to have met some of you, even if it's through this way. And you give me so much hope. And if I can give you even half as much of the inspiration that you've given me, we're just going to change the world. So let's keep going. That's all. Look what you made me do. Ugh. Suck a dick. Okay. I love you guys. Use your powers for good, and we'll see you soon.